Tyler, you end up with the Giants after free agency. I want to kind of go through the whole winter for you. What was the process of sorting through some of your opportunities and deciding that the Giants were the right fit?
Um, obviously California
Mhm.
team, close to home was great. But then I knew it was a great organization. I've heard from other guys and just, being around baseball, like it's a good spot to be that guys want to be at. Um, and then I didn't want to wait, like obviously I wasn't at the top of the list of starting pitchers to sign. So I was going to have to wait for some of those other guys to fall off the board, but I didn't really want to do that. They expressed interest. We did the same, and we got a deal done. So
I know it's a different group here, but this is a place where a few guys, Kevin Gosman, one of them, have come here, done really well in the ballpark, done
right.
well with the pitching infrastructure. Was that in your head at all?
For
Or
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I knew like Anthony DiStefani, he came here and said great things and did well here. So that's another guy like kind of did it at the same time as Gossman. So yeah, there's plenty of guys that to look at. But yeah, I mean that was obviously one of the reasons too.
Bit of a unique thing for you as you pursue the Giants or talk to the Giants. You actually faced the president of baseball operations.
Mm.
Only two at bats, one for two. I think he had a single off you in like 2018. Is
Uh-huh.
that any different than your conversations elsewhere? Just going up against Buster.
I didn't personally talk to anybody.
Mhm.
It was my agent. But yeah, I've been meaning to look that up. I couldn't remember if I faced him or not. I
One for
thought I
two.
did.
Yeah.
I thought I did, but I couldn't remember, so I was gonna ask him. But we've been running around, so um, yeah, it's kind of funny.
It was a long time ago. So
Yeah.
we've heard from Zach and Buster that Bruce Bochy really kind of was in your corner as they're discussing what to do here. Your experience on the other side of that? I mean, Giants fans he's a legend with them. Obviously, he's back. On the other side of that, what was it like playing for him last year?
It was great. I mean, um, he's obviously a legend of the game, not just in San Francisco, a legend of
Mhm.
baseball. So playing for a guy like that, it makes you, it gives you a little bit more confidence and, you know, um, probably, it, I think makes you a little bit better. But no, I mean, it's surreal to say that I played for a guy like that. And then for him to, say kind words about me or whatever, that's pretty surreal to me too. So I'm super, super grateful that I got to, um, be around him.
I know guys always try to learn from veterans if they're around you, around DeGrom for a bit. Now spending some time around Logan, who this is year 13 in professional baseball for him. He's going to have his fifth straight opening day start here.
Mm.
Has anything surprised you about him being here this first week or two and getting to know him from this side?
Um, Not really. I don't know what could really surprise me. Um, but I mean, those guys are all the same. They um, like we all can go out there and have great days where our stuff's just clicking. We can get anybody out, but those guys, you see, they do it every day. You know, every day is the same. Um, and then same like when the season starts, they're doing it every fifth day, and they stay healthy,
Mm.
and they just know they just I don't know how to describe it, but it's just they're consistent.
Mhm.
So that's what everyone strives to be. That's what I know I'm trying to do is stay consistent and stay healthy, and that's what those guys that are at the top of the totem pole. That's what they do is they stay healthy and they stay consistent.
You mentioned free agency. I mean, a big part of it, I'm sure, for you from other teams was the health and just making sure you're out there for a full season. But when you were out there last year in Texas, numbers were really impressive.
Yeah.
When you look at last season, what you were able to do when you were on the mound, what does that tell you about maybe what's left in the tank here and how much is ahead of you if you're able to more consistently do that and tap into what you saw in Texas?
Yeah, I mean, I know I've always known like the ability is there. I just had some, bad luck with injuries. because it's not like I'm just sitting in the clubhouse like, what, you know,
Yeah.
going out every 5th day, just like hoping, my arm stays intact, like I'm doing the work and everything. And I've just had some bad luck and maybe bad mechanics. It could be like, that's one thing I've, leaned into, just a couple things that I need to tweak. And, hopefully, we're on the other side of it, because I honestly have not felt this good since, earlier in my career. So hopefully we've figured some things out. Me and where I work out at in the off season is Chapman Baseball Compound. They work really hard over there, and they've found a couple things that maybe I can change, and just little things. And sure enough, I'm feeling really good. So hopefully I'm on the other side of that.
I know a small sample here, but you're with 3 new pitching coaches. Is there anything that they have? I mean, just talking to some of the younger guys already, they're like, new cutter grip, new this. Christian especially is really good at kind of giving guys new grips. Is there anything they've changed with you this spring so far?
No, it's so early. Just kind of, I've thrown 1 bullpen, so not yet. It's just, I think we're all trying to get to know each other right now.
You've been pretty split heavy the last few years, and that's a pitch that a lot of guys are having a lot of success with in Major League Baseball. What's been the evolution of that pitch for you? I mean, I mentioned Gosman. We saw him here, and that was really a pitch that helped him take the next step.
Yeah. I was just never able to throw a changeup. Got sent down at the end of, I don't know what year it was, 18. I was hurt, and like pitching through it, and got sent down, and didn't want to say anything because I was young, but that's besides the point. Got sent down and started working on a split with Jeff Facero. He was the AAA pitching coach then. And yeah, and I was able to, get the ball to move the other way, like similar to a changeup. It was a splitter. It wasn't very good at the time, but then just kept working on it, and yeah, it turned into my splitter, which was good to lefties, but could never really throw it to righties. And then Chapman, the place I work out at and throw at, kind of made me take the next step with it, and was able to, get it to a point where I could now throw it to righties. So I could throw it to both sides now. And it's just become a really good pitch for me.
Are there guys you watch who you go like, that's kind of we've seen guys around the league who will throw it 2-3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Gosman being one of them when he was here.
Yeah. I could do that. I probably have, but what I've figured out is that pitch isn't very effective unless I'm locating my fastball where I need to locate it, and just mixing pitches, because it's not super hard. The movement is pretty good, but it's not like I don't know. It's not like I'm just gonna lean on that and just throw that. Like I lean on all my pitches and make sure that if I'm going good, like I'm throwing all my pitches. So
how do you personally plan to handle ABS? Maybe you gonna leave that to your Gold Glove catcher, or are you gonna be at times trying to get a call?
I think once I get comfortable with it, I'll probably try to use it. But I guess I did it last. Did they have it last spring?
Yeah,
I think
a
they
little
might
bit.
have.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I ever made a challenged a pitch. But we'll see. Once we all get comfortable with it, we'll see what happens.
That's one of 2 big storylines here, I think, for everybody in every camp. The big storyline here is Tony and his first year in this staff. What have your experiences been like? I know he's made a real effort just to reach out to guys, and just going back to when you signed, what's that experience been like with him?
He just sent me a text. Just happy we got that done. Welcome. So that was pretty much it. And then I've been around him a lot just because he's over in the PFP area every day working with us. So got to know him a little bit there, and just we're all getting to know each other, having fun, and it's a fun group to be around.
It seems like he's in a mix during PFPs, like actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he's up there like
Yeah.
literally working with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
I didn't realize this until doing some research for this, but your brother pitched in the big leagues.
Yeah.
A left-handed pitcher. You grew up right-handed. What kind of impact did he have on you? And what was that like, having the one lefty and the one righty kind of coming up together?
It was great, obviously. I mean, we got to, especially once, we worked together in high school, we were at the same high school. And, but once we got into pro ball, we've spent the off seasons together, you automatic, throwing partner and lifting partner and everything. And we did everything together. And he is probably one of the hardest workers I know. Just relentless in his, in doing everything, whether it comes to arm care, or, anything. It's like he's going to do it right, and he's going to do it, to the best of his ability. And like that rubbed off on me because I've, when I was younger, kind of relied on just, ability. I was a skinny kid, didn't work out, so being able to work with him early in our careers was really good for me, I think. And he made me accountable for for all my stuff that I needed to do. And so yeah, it was great. It was how many people get to
Yeah.
work with their brother like that, and there's not many. So yeah, it was one of the best times of our lives, I think.
My last thing for you, I do have a beef with you because I'm a UCSB guy. My podcast co-host is a UCSB guy.
Nice.
And you were going to be a UCSB guy
Yeah.
and then went pro. Why not? Why, you don't want to be a gaucho?
I
You
did
want to be a gaucho, but
what happened actually was so you do all the meetings with
Yeah.
the teams before before the draft, and I thought the Brewers were gonna they're like gonna draft me or whatever in a certain slot that I wanted to be in, and they took me in that slot where they said they were, but they wanted to give me less money, and I kind of took that as like kind of disrespectful, like, why aren't you giving me full slot? So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to UCSB. And my brother was right there.
yeah.
We were sitting at home, and I was, okay, well, I'm going to UCSB. And so we were like literally about to walk out the door to go work out and go throw and stuff. And then my agent called and was like, hey, the Reds want to take you in the 7th round for over the slot. And I was like, oh, that's sick, And I hadn't talked to the Reds at all, not one word. My agent hadn't either. So I took it. I think my dad always brings this up, but like when we were at UC Santa Barbara watching them and my brother play, I was watching it, and it was kind of like reminding me of high school a little bit. Just like, I don't know how to explain it, but he says like guys were making errors and stuff or whatever.
It was not a good team when I was there. So.
I guess I told him, I want to play pro ball. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, I want to go and, focus on myself. And, so he says that I said that. I don't know if I did or not. But what's funny is you get into pro ball, and there's a lot of young guys, like that have all the talent in the world, but haven't really perfected their craft. So it's kind of like, AZL, like it's kind of, not a show, but it's, there's like, a lot of errors get made, a lot of, like the pitchers haven't perfected their craft. They got crazy stuff, but they're, zipping balls everywhere. So it's actually probably a little bit crazier than college baseball. But that's what he said. That's how it happened, I guess.
Well, I hope you got to spend some weekends up there with your brother at least. So, all right, you had a good time. It worked out very well for you.
Yeah, I'd say.
It all worked out. Tyler, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, all right.